The workshop in Berlin had two aims. One, of course, we had to present the participatory projects of the Berlin Museum, the Berlin City Museum, which we did mostly in the Berlin Global Exhibition in the Humboldt Forum, where we also had our meeting in the rooms of the university, who is also present in the Humboldt Forum. So we also were presented with the participatory projects of the university department. And the other thing was we really had to decide on a product. So not just on a subject, because that was already done before, but on a product. What are we going to develop together with communities in our cities? Well, we have to end our cooperation with an event. And we had to think out which event would be appropriate. So the decision about the theme, which was the environmental worries of city civilians, was settled, but then what to do with it? So we had to think out something that we could do together. We decided that every of our three partners, actually 4 parties when we take the university as one of the partners, in which they are in fact. So what is the speciality of each partner? What can each partner do best? And then try to fit it together. So we decided on a project in which the museum is doing its speciality, the Balie is doing its own speciality, and also Feltrinelli is doing what they can best. And this we decided upon in a concept. The idea now is that the museum, for instance, is going to contact the audience on internet. We have a product online, which is called Berlin Jetzt, Berlin Now, and we collect objects from the civilians of the city that they propose for our collection on issues of today. Now, environmental care and worries are, of course, issues of today. So we will now present the question: what do you have as a so-called symbolic object, maybe it's a photograph, of what you are not going to do anymore because of environmental issues? But also the question, what will you stay on doing? Because it's so important to you that even environmental worries are not big enough to let it go. So things you don't do no more and things you will go on to do. And of course we are interested as a museum in objects. So what is a symbolical object? The Balie is of course very interested in the interviewing. What is the in-depth situation if you discuss this with the people involved? And Feltrinelli wants to do a stage. So they have to think, how can you make a scenario which will be on stage? And in the end, we hope that we can put it together as 3 components of one event.